Coming up, a story about the Arkansas Crisis Center and how it helps our community. Plus, joint performance review with Senator Jane English. And later, a story about the HAR-BER High School football stadium opening. You're watching Springdale Today. Hello and welcome to Springdale Today. I'm Paola Mata. Today is October 8th, 2014. Our top story, Springdale District TV proudly worked together with the Arkansas Crisis Center to create a video that showcased their service to the community. Check it out.
Arkansas Crisis Center.
The Arkansas Crisis Center helps people by talking them through what's on their mind, the crisis they may be having in their mind.
We help people that might otherwise fall through the cracks, that maybe can't afford services.
We want to take them, de-escalate that behavior, calm them down, let them know that they have hope.
I lost my mom when I was 23.
I lost someone to suicide about 12 years ago.
I was about to graduate from college and begin my life, and it made my life stop in many ways.
I began volunteering at the Arkansas Crisis Center because I lost a dear friend to suicide. I wanted to give back to the community by volunteering in her name.
The grieving process took a very long time for me. The feelings of abandonment are still there.
And one of the first things I knew that I needed was kind of a community of support, a place to go where I knew that people understood what I was going through.
So I think a lot of what the Crisis Center does is helps the survivors that were left behind as well.
The hotline, we get calls from various people. Those calls range from school counselors to single parents to the elderly population.
I also get calls all the time from concerned friends and family members who want to know how to help someone that they see the signs of suicide in.
In 2014, we've provided crisis intervention via the hotline for over 6,000 callers. We also offer online emotional support, which is referred to as chat. Crisis chat allows us to reach the younger generation, the generation of people who aren't accustomed to talking on the phone.
The stigma in wherever they live is too great that they don't feel comfortable going to get services. It's completely anonymous, and I think that that provides a safety net for people.
We reach out to the community not only through giving presentations like suicide awareness and prevention presentations, but also through the hotline. So first we will prepare and go into schools, be they colleges, middle schools, high schools. We'll go into community health centers and workplaces and educate individuals about how they can reach out for help if they need it, but also how to help loved ones and to identify signs and risk factors of suicide in others.
The promotional materials that we need to send out to police agencies and firemen and any other first responder, it costs lots of money to print these items, and they are integral to us getting the word out so that everyone across the state of Arkansas knows that they can call the Crisis Center anytime. The money donated goes to several different outfits within our agency. It goes to fund our hotline. It also goes to fund the training for our volunteers. Our volunteers receive over 40 hours of training before they're put on the hotline. It costs around $100 to $200 per volunteer that we train. The money also goes to fund online crisis chat. If my mom can look down, and I hope she can, that she is proud that I have turned a personal struggle of hers into a mission of mine to help others.
The Arkansas Crisis Center is an all-volunteer organization that is always there to help anyone who feels any crisis. Call them at 188-CRISIS-2. On August 28th, Springdale Schools hosted a joint performance review with Arkansas legislators and other leaders from around the state. They came to study Springdale Schools and to learn from our best practices. Here are some comments from Senator Jane English, organizer of the joint performance review.
I think Springdale can be a model for the state, and I think that's what we're looking at. What are the really good best practices that are taking place here in Springdale? In reality, you've got lots of very small communities. You've got some. This is a very growing area up here. Not every area in the state is that way. So we kind of got to look at what would make sense and how could you replicate some things on a smaller scale. Jim Rollins is wonderful at what he does, and he has a long history as an innovative thinker and trying new things. You also have a very receptive community and business community, and that makes a lot of difference. This is the highlight right here, is this School of Innovation. But today's opportunity for us to hear from the different providers here in the Springdale area, and for legislators to be able to ask questions has been very, very helpful.
For the full joint performance review session, go to Springdale Schools YouTube channel and look in the Springdale District TV playlist. It was a big week at Springdale Schools when the White House Initiative on Excellence in Education for Hispanics came to Springdale Schools to showcase our best practices as well.
I know my principals will not believe what I'm about to say. I'm about to lose my voice. And the principals won't go for that at all, I know. So maybe it'll come back to me here in just a second. This is a very, very special occasion this evening, and it's a celebration in every sense of the word. We are privileged to serve some of the finest young people one could imagine. Many of those young people come to us from different countries. They speak a language other than English as their native language, and we're here to really focus on the White House Initiative on Hispanic education.
The White House Initiative on Excellence in Education for Hispanics also hosted at Town Hall. You can watch it in our entry on our YouTube channel. All right, it's time for news around the district. Bledsoe helped members of the Tanisha Marshall's class at HAR-BER High School prepare for Students Congress competition, which is scheduled for November in Little Rock. This is the year of students-led parent-teacher-student conferences. This student sharing information with her parent at Joe Kelly Middle School is a perfect example of how they work. The purpose of students lead the conference is to encourage students to take ownership of their education. The Sir William Castle Scholastic Book Fair is going on at Young Elementary. Teachers and students are having a door decoration contest, and the class that wins will receive $50 to the book fair to put books towards their classroom libraries. Check out those awesome photos. Up next, we have a story from Springdale High School about hands-on learning happening in their science classrooms.
Science has the ability to demonstrate large-scale occurrences with small-scale experiments.
To show us the reaction between from a low volume from a high volume to a low volume in a short amount of time using hydrochloric acid and aluminum.
The combination of different substances can create a spontaneous reaction.
That when what we used in the bottle combines with aluminum foil, it explodes. which causes high volume and low pressure, which expands the bottle.
You don't need expensive equipment to test an experiment.
That, first of all, safety features. Secondly, we can use household items and safety of household items. So you need to be aware of things that you use every day.
Although science is a lot of work, the hands-on learning purpose can be really fun.
So each of the lab groups has their own design to the lab. They're having fun with it.
Teaching different methods can create many ways of learning.
We're learning how to make our own lab based on independent variable, dependent variable controls and settings.
Following the lab safety rules is always a must when conducting experiments.
I had to wear goggles and this, an apron, and I had to put the thermometer in for a certain time and take it out because the heat was so much that it could implode.
A fun and educational subject to study. From Bulldog TV, this is Diego.
This week at HAR-BER High School, we have the story about the HAR-BER football stadium opening. Jade Nash reports.
For the past 10 years, the HAR-BER Wildcat football team has been waiting for a place to call home. But this year, fans and athletes unite to welcome them to their brand new stadium.
HAR-BER High School has been building a stadium for the past 9 months. And with each day, anticipation rises, especially since the students have watched it grow brick by brick.
It's just nice to have something here on campus. I mean, you can look out the windows and see a huge stadium out there. And just to have like a home here, instead of kind of sharing it with Springdale, it's really nice.
But the stadium is not only meant for students and faculty, but a tribute to the alumni, community members, and sponsors that made HAR-BER what it is today.
I feel like the stadium gives the players like a sense of being at home. I feel like our school has a lot more spirit and is kind of lifted up because of the new stadium.
The stadium does not only bring a sense of belonging, but pride that is sure to boost Wildcat expectations and spirit towards our HAR-BER football team.
I just think it's really awesome that we finally have our new stadium. I know that we've been going over to Springdale for 10 years, so it's finally here. The alumni put in work, and the school district granted us this money, and so we're going to take advantage of it.
With traditions built and new supporters found, the HAR-BER Wildcat football stadium represents something much more than a home field advantage. It's a place to call home. For HBWN, I'm Jade Nash.
Last Friday was HAR-BER versus SHS. It was really awesome to see all that blue and red. It was great to see our whole community come out to support our students. Coming up after the break, do you get tired sitting in class and you lose concentration? Well, Bayari has an answer for that. But first, did you know Springdale Schools is the second largest school district in the state of Arkansas with over 21,000 kids in the school year? That's almost 30% of the entire Springdale population.
At the beginning of high school, students and their parents should visit the high school counselor to create an education and career plan. An education and career plan will help you choose classes that will prepare you for college, technical college, or a career. Planning your education will help you meet graduation requirements. Studies show that students with an education and career plan have a clear vision of their future. It all begins here.
Go to the Arkansas Works College and Career Planning System.
For more information, go to www.arworks.arkansas.gov and click on the college and
Why Springdale?
The most awesome field trip ever! Run! What was that?
Brain breaks are a time for the students that are sitting all day to take a break and let their bodies move around. It's hard, especially at this age, 5 and 6. It's hard to sit all day, and so they need time to move their bodies around and kind of refocus. It gives them a chance to give their brain a break, move their body, and by that time, a lot of times we do breathing activities after. So we'll do a brain break, and then we do a little breathing activity to relax them again and sit back and refocus.
A brain break is something that we do to get our brains keep on going and working.
Because it makes us calm down and let us concentrate in the next thing.
To help our brain work better so we could do things better.
Anytime that I see the students are starting to get a little bit wiggly or we're having trouble focusing, then we'll stop and we'll do a brain break.
If I see that their attention is fading from what they were working on, of what our goal was for that lesson, we will take a quick 15-second brain break, and it really does refocus their energy back on our goal. It is a 15 seconds of fun, in their opinion, but it truly gives their brain a chance to rest, sit down and focus again on what we're working on. Sometimes we take a longer one. We do a just dance little video, or we'll do a couple or 3 or 4, but it really does change the focus of their lessons, and it's a great transition for 20 seconds of the day. It's worth it.
I use Go Noodle, and that's a lot of movement. There's different games on there that they can play. There's like trivia games that gets their bodies involved, so I can bring in what we're doing in class, letters and sounds, things like that, emotions. And then I use the Learning Station. They're songs that they're able to learn, and they have movements to them. And so it gives them a chance to stand up, move their bodies, do some motions, learn some words to a song.
Awesome work. Brain breaks are a great idea, and remember to share your Why Springdale ideas with us. Reach out to us through our Twitter, Springdale Schools. We are very excited to share with you this week initiative called Springdale Stories. We are calling out to all the residents of Springdale to start telling your personal story about Springdale. Here's a few student stories.
Before this, I really didn't know where I'm going to be and what I wanted to do, just like went with the flow. But now when I came here, it showed me that I wanted to be a scientist. I wanted to explore the world and figure out things.
Springdale has helped me overcome my fears because I don't have stage fright anymore. And I'm not afraid to make friends.
I'm doing much better than I was when I was in the islands. And life is much better here. And I got to meet really nice teachers. And yeah, I've gotten much better education here.
Springdale has helped me stay strong by getting over my depression, about not having the thing or the person I want in my life. It also helps me stay strong by getting away from the bad things.
Springdale has helped me by giving me a chance to excel in every subject.
Springdale helped me turn my life around by me not getting in trouble anymore. I used to be a trouble kid, run with the wrong crowds.
You can share your story on our Twitter and Instagram with Springdale Stories, and tag the Springdale Schools account at Springdale Schools on both Twitter and Instagram. We will be producing videos from your stories and featuring them on our new Springdale Schools blog. Check out the blog at this address or by going to Springdale Schools website. Coming up after the break, we visit Halster Middle School to learn more about the Transatlantic Outreach Program.
Every year, 4,600 lives are lost to teen suicide, leaving even more people devastated.
There's a lot of hurt out there in the world. There's also a lot of people who care.
Don't take a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
I know life might be hard now, but there's always someone there for you.
Even if we don't know 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 you.
There are always people who care.
I'm going to see my counselor.
I'm going to see my counselor.
I'm going to see my counselor.
Going to see your counselor means you will meet all of your graduation requirements, as well as helping you plan for specific career objectives, technical training, and finding the right college for you. Prepare for college and career success by seeing your counselor today.
Welcome. Let's talk about your future.
Welcome back. Springdale schools prize our sleeves and deep and rich culture and the Transatlantic Outreach Program. This is a very cool way to study European culture.
You need help, right?
Yeah. My name is Carrie Packwood, and I traveled to Germany with the Transatlantic Outreach Program.
The Transatlantic Outreach Program is a program to send American and Canadian teachers to Germany to provide them with a concept of modern Germany to present to their students.
Germany is working to embrace their diversity, which is a conversation I like to have with my students as well. Last year in 6th grade, one of our units focused on diversity and traditions and how one's culture shapes her identity.
Ms. Packwood would like her students to understand how much they can learn from other cultures.
I also want them to realize that many people around the world share similar stories.
The Transatlantic Outreach Program, TOP, provides the opportunity for North American social studies educators to experience Germany in person. For Springdale District Television, I'm Jeff Church.
For more information about the Transatlantic Outreach Program, go to our web page, www.sdel.org. Remember to subscribe to the Springdale Schools YouTube channel. You can see movies, news, live events from district, high school, junior high, middle school, and elementary schools. The Springdale Schools YouTube is the one-stop shop for all Springdale videos. We leave you with our picture of the day. This is a combination of a magic show and a lesson on energy efficiency by the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas at a Make Accidents Disappear assembly at HAR-BER Elementary. If you want to be our pick of the day, tag us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or email it to us at communications@sdel.org. See you next week.